curse made us from stone to protect Girdlegard. Against orcs, ogres, and all the other beasts of Tion. We are the guardians of Girdlegard. We are the children of the Divine Smith. We are the Dwarves. Moment! Not possible right now! Not possible right now! Not possible right now! And stay dead! Just a moment! Not possible right now! Just a moment! Landolin! A present from the workshop! Not possible right now! Just a moment! Not possible right now! Not possible right now! That's that! I could do with your help! Huh? Not possible right now! And again! I'd be happy to pass on this present to them. My king! What are you doing here?
Giselbert Eye, the father of the Fifthling clan, has not been on the front line of battle against the creatures of Tion for many cycles. The king surveys the battlefield and the defenders with a grave expression.
We are too few.
This you know as well as he does. But there will be no reinforcements arriving. Hundreds of brave warriors lie inside the fortress dying. The illness is running rampant. It brings weakness and death.
Stay at your posts. Be as steadfast as the granite of which we are made. Nothing can break us. Vrakas is with us.
That's not yet possible!
possible! Be off with you! That's not yet possible! Hammer time! Hammer time! Another one gone! Hammer time! Another one gone!
These are the ones who attacked us in the tunnels. We suffered great losses beating them back.
Come here and I'll split you like a straw, you treacherous elf!
In his fury, the old king radiates a ferocious power that none of Citalia's children could withstand. But the slight, willowy being sitting astride the shadow mare just grins down, mockingly.
You are mistaken. We are Alpha. We are here to destroy the elves.
All peace-loving beings here in Girdlegard are under our protection, and you cannot open the gate that has barred your path into Girdlegard since the creation of the world.
Not us, but perhaps one of your kind.
This cannot be. Silence, you fool! Vrakas, forgive me for what I am about to do.
Quickly! In formation! You must hold them back until I close the gate!
Yes? Right now! Ah! Just
Look at me. I am Sinthras, the Reaper of your death. I will take your life, and the land will take your soul.
Get out of my sight, pointy ears, and let me delight at the closed gate a little longer.
The gate may have closed, but when you rise again from the dead by the power of the land, you will be one of us, and you will open it.
Never! My soul belongs to Vrakas.
No. Your soul now belongs to the land, and henceforth you will belong to it forever. Now die, and return. Then hand us Girdlegard.
You're a perfectionist, Tungdil Bolafar.
I've got a reputation to uphold. If you can't rely on the metalwork of a dwarf, what can you rely on? What can I do for you?
For me, nothing. It's Lot Yonan. He wants to see you in his study.
In your mind, you go through all the recent incidents that might have annoyed the Magus. Apart from a few little squabbles with his famuli, nothing worth mentioning happened since the incident with your beard. You nod.
Okay. I better not keep the Magus waiting.
See you later. There's goulash for dinner.
There was a time when you could hardly lift the heavy hammer. Now you barely notice it anymore, and it feels like an extension of your arm. Smithing is in your blood. This is where you swung the forge hammer for the first time 30 cycles ago. No one taught you the craft. It was enough for you to watch Lot Yonan's old smith at work. You've worked a bit more on Sunya's birthday present last night. The little one is crazy about horses. You, on the other hand, prefer to keep your distance unless you're fitting them with hooves. Too many legs and way too big. Everything you know about dwarves you learnt from books. The divine smith created the dwarves, and from time to time you make him an offering of some... Everything you...
Hey, groundling! Come to the kitchen, we need you.
Jolison, a 4th degree famulus and your favourite foe among the students of magic, gives you a disparaging glance and disappears without waiting for your reply.
Dale! Quick! Or the goulash will get burnt!
You immediately recognize what the problem is. A chain running over a pulley for positioning the cauldron is detached from its mounting, and it's a heavy load, and none of the famuli, who feel superior even during...
It'd be a waste of goulash. And I'm hungry. Here.
You damned freak!
For a moment, you hope the famulus really does raise his hand to you. But
What a pair you are!
the goulash is bubbling in the cauldron. You draw the warm air in through your nose, and the smell...
I am your godfather, little one. I'll look after you just like I looked after your mother.
Little... The beer that is delivered to the vaults is supposed to be the best beer in Idderslin. It's... vegetables, bread, cheese, but the cook is not to be trifled with. Many painful knuckles have taught you that she knows how...
The blacksmith? Do you want something?
Did a horse bolt while you were trying to shoe it? It's certainly not on our plates.
Hey, what are you doing, groundling? We're still eating here. Why don't you go and get your own portion?
Of the 200 or so people selected to learn the art of magic under Lot Yonan, there's barely a handful of them you can stand the sight of. You're not at all interested in magic in all its elusiveness. Lot Yonan didn't just take you in. He also taught you how to read and write. But you don't feel like reading.
Master Lot Yonan, Frala told me you wished to speak with me.
Ah, Tungdil, come in. There is a bag over there in the cupboard. Take it out, please. It contains artifacts belonging to my former famulus Goren. I wish to return them to him. He's in Blacksaddle, 300 miles away.
300 miles? That's a long journey. Who are you going to entrust with this?
I was thinking of you.
Me?
There is no one better to take on this journey. You have acquired much knowledge. You are almost a scholar. You know more than most famuli about Girdlegard and its inhabitants. It is time for you to go out into the world and see it with your own eyes.
With pleasure.
Be on your guard. Look after the bag and don't lose it. May Palandiel be with you. And Vrakas too, of course.
I'll set off immediately. I'll see you soon, Lot Yonan.
It would be better to leave Lot Yonan to his work for now. You've already been given an assignment and you should leave us. There are apparently dwarves who have never seen the sky. And you too. Just as you reach the door, your stomach rumbles. It's not even noon yet.
Hello, Frala.
Hmm?
I need provisions for 300 miles.
You're grinning from ear to ear. Finally...
300? Tungdil, that's no errand. That's an epic journey.
I'm going to Blacksaddle to return a few things to a former apprentice in the Magus.
You pocket the rye bread, sausages, and ham.
I have to go. I've got...
I wish you the blessing of Palandiel and Vrakas to protect you from all danger on your journey. Here, a talisman. Whenever you look at it, think of me.
Frala winks at you mischievously.
And of getting me a nice present.
nice to see you again, Lotyonen. It must have been an age since we last met face to face.
Nudin, welcome. Please, sit down.
No, thank you, my friend. These are urgent matters, and I don't have much time. You must come to Leos Nudin immediately. The perished land is stirring.
Are you sure? What makes you think that?
I found out about 60 orbits ago, during a visit to the borders. Our magical barriers have weakened and become porous. The Elfar have left their land, and a huge horde of orcs have marched into Girdlegard.
Were you able to strengthen the spell with your magic?
No. I can't repair the damage alone. We need the combined power of the 6. The other 4 are already on their way here, but we need your help too.
I will set off for Parista without delay.
Oh, and as you're coming, could you also take the opportunity to bring back the things that I lent to you?
Of course. I have them already packed in a bag.
Oh, thank you. We'll be expecting you.
Utterly blinded by the sunlight, you squeeze your eyes tightly shut after only a few steps. The time spent underground has made you so sensitive to light that you're forced to seek shelter in the shade of a mighty oak. You reach a small lake by a birchwood. You pitch your camp and lie down to sleep on the hard forest floor. When you awake in the morning, your legs are stiff and achy. Trying not to feel sorry for yourself, you throw your rucksack. Around midday, with the sun high in the sky and the first beads of sweat appearing on your forehead, you see something move next to the road. The creaking leather armor, the clattering rucksack, and a dwarf's inability to be quiet makes the crows flap around as you move from one bush to another. A slender man lies in front of you, dressed in an expensive robe. It is in the colors of Turgur the Fair-Faced, one of the 6 magi. The dead man must be one of Turgur's famuli. You don't see any wounds.
By Vracus.
There are some narrow stab wounds in the man's chest. The cuts are too big to have been made by arrows, but too small for sword wounds. You look down on a tall, broadly built man. He's wearing dark brown leather armor that is strengthened with iron plates. The man has the same incisions. It's clear that both men were killed by the same weapon. But a rucksack that probably belonged to one of the dead. It seems to have been searched and then thrown away. You find a few implements, some provisions, and a map. A route is drawn on it from Parista.
Does this mean that Turga the Fair-Faced is in Parista and wanted to send Lotyonen a message? And if so, why didn't he use magic? Did he want to contact him without any...
You don't see any signs of a struggle in the area where the corpses are lying. Were they stabbed by a companion? A stranger could hardly have...
Nothing again.
You halt. There is something.
Another rucksack.
You open the rucksack and recognize that someone has already rummaged through it, as well as some implements. Warmth and a feeling of security flush through your body as you touch the talisman. You scour the area once more. It's time-consuming and strenuous work digging shallow graves in the ground with a stick and covering the corpses with a few stones. But it should at least keep the crows from their feasting for a while. You continue on your way so as to put a few more miles between you and your grisly find before night falls. As the gable end of a small farmhouse and a barn appear from behind a hilltop, you hear the loud cries of children at play. A girl runs along the path. The boy is trying to catch up his sister with a determined look on his face.
but is finding it difficult to keep his short legs under... You walk towards the children. As you raise your hand to greet them, the boy catches sight of you. His eyes grow wide. Now the girl has turned to face you too. Before you can say a word, she lifts her little brother up in... Without rushing, you follow the children to the farmhouse, into which they've disappeared. Their father is a thick-set man with grey hair.
I am Opatia. This is my wife, Remsa.
The blonde woman nods a greeting almost imperceptibly and clasps her daughter tightly to her. She looks you over with an anxious...
It's a pleasure to meet you. My name is Tungdal.
You try to make your voice sound...
Over the last few days, have you seen two travellers heading east?
Opatia looks at his wife, but she shakes her head.
I found them. Two dead bodies on the side of the road.
Dead bodies?
She hastily covers her son's ears.
Was it orcs?
Remsa, what would orcs be doing up here? It was probably just bandits.
I'm sorry if I scared your wife and children.
The man waves dismissively.
No. It's just that my fair woman is especially jumpy these.
The orcs have been spotted near Calmstead. You should take it more seriously.
The farmer's wife clutches her daughter even tighter before the girl finally protests. The boy steps forward excitedly and cuts the air with his stick.
If strangers come, we're supposed to run away, but I can hit...
Opatia pats his son on the head, laughing.
We're safe. The orcs have no reason to come so far north.
Wouldn't it be better to move to one of the bigger villages if there are orcs around?
The farm is our livelihood. We can't just leave the place. The fields don't look after themselves. King Tilagorn's cavalry will take care of the orcs, or Lord Yonan and his magi.
But the cavalry can't be everywhere at once. Even a handful of orcs would be enough to finish us.
Once the seeds are planted, I'll build the hideaway, just as you wish. But what use is a hideaway if we've nothing to eat in the autumn?
We can't be sure whether the orcs will come here, but what is for certain is that you will starve.
That's exactly what I said.
Opatia lays a hand on his wife's shoulder.
Don't worry, I'll build a hideaway.
But...
Trust me, even the good dwarf here says it is so. And if anyone knows about orcs, then it's...
Remsa nods slowly, then looks towards the ground glumly.
If you say.
You bid farewell and set off on your way. The children... You see a flickering light through the trees some way from the path. You creep through the undergrowth towards the fire, but can't prevent your armour from clattering, and three broad-shouldered men with axes You sneak up on the men until a thick branch breaks loudly under your boot. You realize, terrified. The men jump up and grab their axes. You stay silent, but the men have already become suspicious.
There's something there.
All three. You turn around to take flight. That moment, another man steps out of the shadows and aims his axe at you. You recoil alarmed. You step into the light of the fire, your hands raised in a...
Well, I'll be. Is that a groundling?
The men...
What's a groundling doing creeping?
I bet he was hoping to slit our throats once we fell asleep, subterranean.
I shouldn't have crept up on you, I'm sorry, but that is really no reason to...
Oh, I didn't intend to insult your lordship in any way.
You find it difficult to take control of your voice again.
Shut it, you filth...
The next morning, visions of axes, faces full of hate, fists and heavy boots flicker through your befuddled mind. Your first attempt to move failed. It's a long time before you manage to sit up and tend to your wounds in the early sunlight. There's no trace of the woodcutters. They must have thrown you into the undergrowth near... You look down on a large village on the banks of the Warder. Some of the village is built on stilts in the river. A wooden bridge spans the fast-flowing water. A huge wooden palisade has been erected to protect the village from attack. Your eyes roam the land on the other side of the river. You estimate that you will soon have completed half of the journey to Blacksaddle. The guards on the palisade are watching you. Their armor looks well cared for and well made. The smith who made them knew what he was doing. You have spent the last nights under bushes on the hard, cold ground. You have spent... The double gate is made of strong planks, sturdy but still much less solid than the fixed parts of the palisade. Some of the guards begin to whisper as you near the gate.
Hello up there!
What brings you to fair good water? And have you seen any orcs on your travels, groundling?
The man leaning over the palisade.
Goodwater is well known.
I regret to inform you that we cannot allow you to enter.
I've got 20 pieces of gold here looking...
Ha! One of your folk might...
But...
The double gate is made... The double gate is made of strong...
Orc skulls?
You're not sure it's wise to taunt the beasts with the severed heads of their fellow... Is this to be your bed for... You hardly slept a wink, Drew.
An uneasy feeling has been your constant companion since you left Goodwater. Every little sound in the forest makes you fear you've been discovered by a horde of orcs. But you reach the end of the day without bumping into any of the greenskins. As night begins to fall, you pass a large oak tree and decide to call it a day. Near the oak tree is an abandoned camp with a fireplace. You swing yourself up the trunk and then pull up your baggage after you. You're prepared to sleep in a tree like a bird if it means escaping the orcs' attentions. You sling your rope twice around your stomach and the trunk of the tree to stop you from falling accidentally. You see North Pass and smell the fresh, icy wind that sweeps over the peaks of Great Blade and Dragon's Tongue. But the harmony is interrupted by the hideous roar of an unending flood of orcs throwing itself. You smell the disgusting green blood of the orcs and taste the rancid fat of their armor on your tongue. The bitter taste becomes stronger until it's unbearable. You open your eyes and are surprised at the brightness as a glance at the sky confirms that it's still night. Your eyes move towards the ground.
am Sinthras of Son Balsor. My master, Nod On the Doublefold, ruler of the perished land, has elected you, the Lord.
You mean you want us to put our necks on the line and be...
Lord Yonan and the others will be taken care of. Your task is to create a diversion in the south until my master...
And which of us is the lead?
The one that conquers the most land.
So Kragnar will be the new Grand Lord.
He glares at Ushnox and Bashkog.
The Kragnar Shore tribe will conquer the most. Never! We will overwhelm the cities of the Red Bloods quicker than you can suck the marrow from a bone.
We shall see.
You can't believe what you're hearing. If the beasts of Tion ride into battle together, catastrophic cycles lie ahead for Girdlegard. The night in the oak tree was the worst of your life. You spent every single moment afraid that you'd be found and savaged by the orcs. But as the first rays of sun broke through the treetops, the orcs abandoned their camp and...
Better safe than sorry.
Your eyes scanned the deserted camp, and you listened carefully for any noise.
Better safe than sorry.
Your eyes scanned... You're overcome by the urge to vomit. You have, of course, heard the stories, but seeing with your own eyes that orcs actually do eat...
This is the place. I knew it was here. Come on, then. Find that stupid necklace. Hey, Fuskar! A grounding!
You know that you're no warrior, but perhaps you can escape with a diversion.
Oink, oink, little piggies! By Barrowin's beard! How did you manage to lose your weapon? Go and get it, and this time, hold it tight! Hey! That one was mine!
You're just too slow, dear brother!
Too slow? Just wait! Yeah! Who's next? I didn't hit you very hard!
Killed. He hardly put up a fight.
Too easy!
I can't do that yet. I have bow and dart.
I didn't hit you very hard! Pow! Another one bites the dust. Too easy! Sweet to move. Another one bites the dust. Too easy! Pow! Another one bites the dust. Yeah! I didn't hit you very hard. Too easy! Yeah! Damn it! How many more of them are there? Too easy!
Vile creature.
Yeah! I didn't hit you very hard. Too easy!
Vile creature.
Yeah!
I can't do that yet. Please wait a moment.
Boindale! I could do with your axes over here!
And again.
Yeah!
Killed.
Yeah! Yeah! Pow! Another one bites the dust. Yeah!
Vile creature.
Yeah! Yeah! Yeah!
And again.
Yeah! Oink oink! That's all?
Well fought, young friend. Do you happen to be tongued ill?
Well fought? But he...
Boindale, what do you expect? He grew up...
Who are you and...
My name is Boindal Hookhand, of the clan of the Swinging Axes. This is my brother, Boindale Doubleblade. We've been sent to find you.
Call me Ironheart. Are there any more piggy snouts around?
You turned up at just the right moment. But are you sure it's me you're looking for?
The High King Gundrabor sent us to fetch you and bring you to Ogre's death in the Second Link.
So he received the letter from my master? And... am I...
Well, something like that.
Then my family was found and the High King wants to bring me back to my clan?
No, you're not a secondling. You're a fourthling. And...
The High King will tell you all about that once we get to Ogre's death.
There was a meeting last night. The Elfar serve a certain Nod-On who calls himself Lord of the Perish Land. They have enlisted 3 orc hordes to cause unrest in the south.
Did you hear that, Boindal? Peggy...
The Elfar from Son Balzur and the orcs from Taboribor are working together?
And could ally with the orcs from the Perish Land.
The twins look at you solemnly. You all know what that would mean for the people of Girdlegard.
We've got to...
Yeah, I know what you're gonna say. But it's our duty to get you to the Ogre's death.
I thought the duty of dwarves was to protect the innocent and...
Lot Yonan and King Broron will take care of the orcs. We 3 must be careful. You're not exactly a war...
But he has broad shoulders and broad hands. There's hope for him yet. So when you've got the chance to split a few...
I would be happy to follow you into the realm of the Secondlings. In truth, there is nothing I would rather do.
Black Saddle isn't exactly on our way.
It's on my way. We can head south as soon as I've carried out Lot...
Well, he's certainly got the stubbornness of a dwarf.
All right, we'll accompany you. The sooner we find that famulus, the quicker we...
I'll have to send Lot Yonan a message by carrier pigeon on the way. And if we happen to stumble upon a couple of orcs...
I like you, but we'll have to find you another name. Bolafar. It's about as good as Lipsmith, Paddletosh, or Blufflegrump. It is stupid, senseless, and...
I'm good at reading.
Reading?